Sup, nerds?
That's not the title. Look. Do I have to do this? I'm a proper announcer.
Oh, see, this is...
No,
this is
I am
great.
a proper announcer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Kuriosity stream. Got it wrong. Kuriosity podcast. Listen, it took me so long.
Finally got a name.
To figure out the title. Because everything I typed was
we thought of a lot of
podcast.
We thought of a lot of
it
good
existed.
ones. Yeah, we thought of a lot of good ones. Kind of upset.
Like I sat there in bed until like the wee hours of I couldn't get sleep because I was thinking of it, and then I would type it into Google and see if it was a podcast, and it was a podcast.
Yeah.
So this is the best one I could come up with. That Kuriosity,
and producer son.
So, yeah. Well, welcome to episode 2, and today's Kuma.
Today's Kuma is a limited edition Kuma from the USA tour that they did last year. I think it was last year. So what they did is they took a bunch of Kumas they made them with this butt plug. Just kidding. This butt patch. And they're limited edition. They only made 100 of these. And they went to, how many states? I don't know. I think they went to, we'll say 5. I'm probably wrong. They went to certain states. And then each state only had, I think,
100.
100
Yeah,
per state.
they went to a few states, and each state had 100 real Kuma and 100 co-real Kumas.
Yeah.
And you get a number.
And then since we live near Chicago, we got the Chicago one, but it was 1 per person.
Yeah.
So, that is today's Kuma. He's cute. He has a zipper too.
It was tough. It was hard to get them. It was a lot of work, a lot of sleepless camping out and relaxing.
And today's choice of vino.
Choice of wine today is the Francis Coppola Diamond Collection. I don't know why I got it. I saw Francis Coppola, and I'm like,
what year is it?
Hey, 2022.
Ooh.
I saw, you know who Francis Coppola is?
Nah.
Francis Ford Coppola?
Nah.
No, he's a director.
Why would I know that?
You don't know Apocalypse?
Nah.
Now? No. Is that the Apocalypse Now? No. Fuck.
What?
I'm forgetting the name of the movie. Apocalypse Now.
Mine also has a K on it.
Wow.
No, I don't know. Let's see.
What else did he do? I mean, he's coming out with a new... It's not bad.
It's not bad. I still like Dark Horse better, but...
Yeah, they were all out.
Oops.
Went to the Jewels.
Oh, lame. That's good.
Yeah, so...
All right, producer son.
Yeah.
I have a list of things for you. Think of this as your to-do list.
This is a shopping list.
It's a shopping list.
I have to leave now again.
No,
just came back.
Oh man, you were supposed to get almond milk and the cottage cheese. Remember I told you?
Listen, I'll go right after this. We
Yeah.
have a Woodman's that's open 24 hours.
We do. I told you.
But that's the only place we could get the almond milk. The organic one.
You're right.
Got to get the organic almond milk.
I was thinking about this not that long ago
Okay.
because it really bothered me. And then I was like, oh, this is why some of this makes sense, and this is why people have opinions, and that's why we have things that make the world go around. So.
Uh-huh.
And we've talked about this before, and then I really started thinking about it, and I was like, oh, there's multiple areas of this topic that I didn't really think about. So, is cheerleading a sport? And then I thought about it, and I was like, is golfing a sport?
Well, obviously not.
And then I kept going, and I was like, is bowling a sport? I kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. And then I was like, what is considered as... Because all of those aren't in the Olympics, right? You consider anything in the Olympics like a sport. I'm like, bowling's not in there. Golfing's not in there. Is ice skating? Ice skating is it part of the... You know what I mean?
There are performance-based things that aren't sport. Gymnastics is not a sport.
Yes, it is. It's in the Olympics.
I can't look.
What is a sport then?
Okay, because look, to me, okay,
doesn't matter what you
a
think.
sport needs you need to be competing against one or the other person, but it can't be like I do this first and then I do this second. I don't know. I feel like it has to be you have to compete at the same time, like against each other right away.
Okay,
That's why
okay.
I'm like bowling. You bowl one after the other. Blah blah blah.
What about tug of war?
Well, they're doing it at the same time.
That's what you said.
That's
A sport is considered.
Sure. Yeah, tug of war.
Tug of war is not a sport.
I don't see why not. No, but like, okay, cheerleading. It's tough because cheerleading, they do at a sport, right? People cheerlead for sports. Is it a sport?
Well,
sure.
there's
You have
competitions.
competitions,
Yeah,
and you can do
get
all that.
trophies and you get judged and like a dance competition.
Right, but I think it's a competition, not a sport. You're not competing against. You're competing against one another in a competition, right? Like like eating competition, right? Like pie eating competition. You compete against each other, but it's not a sport. I think a sport needs dedicated rules.
There's rules in cheerleading.
There are rules, and there has to be like a way to score points.
They also.
Oh my God! Okay, yeah, it does the same thing,
You're
but
not
that's
making
not
any sense. Try again.
okay.
that hamster
But
ball
competition, sure it
What's
can't.
the difference?
I don't think it's a sport if it's subjective based point system. If you're based by judging scoring,
I'm
and people are gonna argue.
Wait. I'm gonna put you in a corner because referees, I feel, are subjective.
No,
when
referees
they're in
are
there and they're like,
subjective, but
your foot was across the line.
No, but referees are making decisions based on an objective rule.
I don't think so.
That's what they're supposed to do,
Yeah,
right?
well, they don't.
So I would have a fucking robot do it then
Yeah,
for everything.
yeah.
But then it's like, okay, boxing is a sport, right? But then you could win by point decision by judge,
Right.
which
See?
I think is kind of dumb. I think boxing is like you knock them out or you don't. That's it. They should just keep going until one of them
Okay, Google.
falls.
Is boxing a sport?
Of course, boxing is a sport.
Why did you have to talk while I was talking?
Look, Google doesn't
look
know.
what you did.
No, of course, boxing is a sport.
Okay, Google. Is cheerleading a sport?
On the website UE.org, they say, cheerleading is competitive, with athletic requirements rivaling those of other team sports. However, many athletic associations do not designate cheerleading as a sport,
Ha-ha!
resulting in less funding and resources.
Because of less funding and resources?
It can also be political, like
Okay,
the
Google.
politics of sport.
What is
making.
considered a sport?
Oh my God! Don't ask Google. Use your brain.
Website clearinghouse for sport.gov.au, they say, this report defines sport as all forms of physical activity
Uh-huh.
that contribute to physical fitness, mental well-being, and social interaction. These include play, recreation, casual, organized, or competitive sport, and indigenous sports or games.
What? That made no
Whatever.
sense.
I think
Google doesn't even know.
sport might just be a very broad term to describe a lot of things. Like competitive sport is also a competition, but is a competition a sport? And blah 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 blah.
You haven't convinced me. Can I have the chapstick?
I'm not trying to.
I
convince you.
think-
I'm just unsure. Like I don't know.
I think-
for now.
I think maybe I agree with you. I think cheerleading's a sport because you exert the same thing.
Power, dominance.
Yes. Yes. So you do the same thing in golf.
You
and
exert your
bowling.
quads.
You
tighten your hammies.
you tighten your butt cheeks and you're ready to go.
Flip up in the
Yeah,
sky.
exactly.
Woo, woo, woo,
Same
woo.
thing. Same
Just
thing.
like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I did cheerleading back in the day, so I consider it a sport.
I'm sure some people consider it a sport.
Oh.
That's fine, but I'm like, ooh. But I mean, it's hard to say.
Well, speaking of sports.
Fuck me. There we go.
Speaking of sports,
Yes.
daylight savings.
Time?
Yes.
What about daylight savings time? It's
Sports.
it's man-made. Yeah.
Well,
Is that the question?
Yeah. Well, the question is just daylight savings because
Daylight
I don't know
savings.
what the heck that means.
They're contemplating because their calendar's stupid and they're
Like I don't understand what the point of
So-
it is because doesn't the other half of the world don't even do it?
some
Like
people
doesn't
don't do
Europe like not do it at all?
Okay,
Like that doesn't
they-
exist.
we do daylight savings
They
time.
we
They whatever, I don't fucking care. America.
America.
Okay.
Just America.
Probably not. I don't know.
I feel like Europe does it. Like that side of the world doesn't.
I don't know.
Like Russia doesn't.
Those
do that.
Europeans are
I don't think
Orky.
China does it either.
no, they got Chinese New Year. No, but daylight savings time. Savings time or savings time. I said the same.
Savings. Like
Daylight
savings.
savings time is meant because throughout the year the days get shorter and the nights get longer, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's
In the summer, the sun goes
but
down.
we only we move it so that when people are going to work that it doesn't fuck with their like internal clock.
by an hour. That doesn't.
Right, because
No.
then it would be like you going at the time you would have went to work, and it's like, oh, nice and daylight, and then you're coming. But now it's like it's nighttime and you're going to work, so it's
But
just
wait.
weird. I think it's just to keep the system in place.
It's stupid. But wait.
It is dumb.
Why in the summer does it take longer to get dark out? Think about
Why?
that. Yeah, think about that.
In the summer?
Yeah. So when it's like
Well, the
8
summer-
Look, what time is it now? It is 8:47 and it's not dark yet.
It is dark.
No, it's not dark. It's like getting dark.
Okay.
Whereas 8:30 in like February,
So
it's
summer,
like pitch black.
we're closer to the sun during summertime.
Don't
right.
understand.
W-
Don't
Ellipse.
understand. What?
Rotation. Ellipse. The
Sir.
elliptical revolution around the sun, right? It goes.
Also, the sun's not in the center.
What? Well, the sun's in the.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
the sun's
but
in
no,
the,
but it's like
in
it's,
our
it's
in
not,
our.
It's not like a boob. It's not in the center.
It
It's
is
like
in the
it's like over here. So we're like, so there's not equal parts.
No,
to this
that's
side
why
to
it's,
this
it's
side.
an ellipse. I mean, it's not like right, but it's the center here, and there's things rotating around it, but not in a perfect circle. Yeah, that's why.
So when
like,
we're over
when-
here-
when we're further away, it's winter time for us. When we're getting closer, summer, warmer seasons, colder, warmer, colder, warmer, colder. You get it?
Yeah, but that's not daylight savings though. That doesn't cause the
Yeah,
faster
duh.
nighttime.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Daylight savings is man-made. That's just a fact.
But
It's
okay,
just-
but we
just-
need to
our clocks
understand
are fucked.
why.
I don't know why
And then
exactly.
and then we need to
why
understand.
We decided, okay.
We need to understand why, and we need
Well,
to
you should have come
understand-
with the facts.
I don't know the fact. This is for us to decide.
Well, we can't. If we speculate, then I mean, we could speculate why. I mean, to me, it's just like they're moving the clock just so every day feels more consistent. Like the working days feel consistent.
Why not just change the working days? Speaking of working days,
Are dumb.
4-day work weeks. Think
no
about
day
that.
work weeks. How about that?
No, well, yeah.
Well, days and weeks and
Yeah. So
all of it's man-made. Okay,
everything's man-made.
it's all man-made.
So they did a recent study in the UK
Mm-hmm.
for 4-day work weeks, and when they did a probation period. So they did, I think it was a couple of months,
Yeah.
and they took the data where it was 4-day work weeks. They took that data to see what would happen,
Okay.
and the data showed that people were more productive, they made more money, and their retention rate decreased. Decreased?
Increased. They retained
More.
people. It increased.
Yeah. Okay, increased.
Okay.
And then they were like, "Wow, this is great. What do we do with this data?" And then they made it permanent in certain companies in the UK. Like it wasn't a law, but like the company themselves were like, "All right, we're making it part of our employee handbook. It is now a 4-day work week."
Yeah, I think there's probably been a lot of companies that implemented a 4-day. Now, are the days longer then?
They
Is it
are
like 10-hour
longer.
work?
Yeah.
So you're working the same amount of time. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You're working.
But it's but
Then I would just do 2-day work weeks and work 2 20-hour days.
yeah, no, that's not good. I would not want to do that. I think they did test it too, where it was like 10-hour days for 4 days, or it was genuinely like an 8-hour day, and they tested that, and I think they went with the 10-hour because
Then I would okay.
I don't
stupid,
remember.
Like that is all arbitrary too.
Yeah.
Why do they think that 8 hours is the optimal amount of time somebody needs to be at work?
Ooh, that's a good argument.
Right?
Ooh, I could.
Like who
who
thought?
gave that number? Where's Sam? Where's good old Sam that said 8 hours is the limit?
Because
Who said that?
you're sleeping for 8 hours, you're working for 8 hours. That's 16 hours, and then you get what? 12 hours to do fuck all. Wait,
Yeah.
16.
Math. I don't like math.
No, wait. 16. And then you do 8 hours. Oh, that's 24. 3 times 8 is 24. My math is no good. But it's like 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 hour. I think they're just like, oh, let's just break it in thirds. Sleep for 8 hours.
I don't. Yeah.
Have fun for 8
I
hours.
don't get it.
And then work for 8 hours. But then you're never really working for 8 hours.
I know. That's what bothers me. It's like what you're expecting yourself to not move for
Right,
8 hours straight. It doesn't make sense.
People are like, yeah, you're going to you come in for working for 8 hours, but then you have maybe a 30-minute commute to work.
Yeah. Then that
And
doesn't
then
count.
commute back.
And then lunches don't count.
Lunches don't count.
Doesn't make sense to me.
So you're there 9 hours instead of 8 hours.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Like,
whatever. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's an optimal time.
I wonder when people are
I
in
think-
Hollywood, when they like Ryan Reynolds, when he has to put on the Deadpool makeup. I wonder if that counts as part of his. It has to, right? Like, what if that takes like 8 hours to put on the makeup?
Actors
after
aren't
that,
because it's not hourly wages. That's not how it
No,
works.
no, I know, but like, imagine that. Like, it takes 8 hours to put on your prosthetics,
Right.
and then how many hours are you filming then?
Probably another 8 hours. Filming hours are long. Filming days are long. Depends
Yeah,
on
but
the
yeah, but
film,
if I
too.
was paid $1 million, I would not complain.
Obviously, but,
Right,
well,
I'd be
so
like, cool,
Ryan
let's-
Reynolds for Deadpool was paid handsomely for his commitment. So for that, his commitment for making the movie for whatever long it takes,
Yeah.
it's well compensated for that.
I wonder how long.
You know,
I wonder what would you do if you got $1 million? I wonder how long that'll sustain yourself.
I mean, I'd pay off my debt first. Any debt,
Yeah.
pay that off.
Yeah.
Then I would just invest
Yeah. Same.
and save the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe buy something, just one little nice thing for me.
One little nice thing turns into 2 little nice things, turns into 3 little nice things. I
Like
don't
a
believe
nice
you.
little camera.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
No, I'd maybe invest some of that, make a movie for a movie.
Yeah.
Do something.
Back to the work conversation. This grinded my gears the other day,
No.
and I like couldn't figure out. It's probably because it's been going on for thousands of years and no one really did. I don't know. But like, I don't understand how like doctors and like dentists and like libraries and whatever, they close at freaking 5 p.m. It's like, how am I supposed to get to you if I work a 9 to 5?
Well, yeah.
Like, am I expected
I don't think there's any
to take a sick day to
24
clean my teeth?
libraries.
I don't get it.
Okay, you named like 3 things, right? Libraries.
just,
I don't
like-
think libraries need to be open 24 hours. It'd be cool if they were.
No, I don't even think they're open on the weekends though.
Libraries are open on the
I
weekends.
don't know. Well, okay, take the library, the dentist.
Okay, the dentist does. I don't know
No,
who needs
just kidding.
who needs an emergency root canal like at 3 in the morning.
You never know.
And I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's emergency dental services. There might be. Like you could go to the emergency being like, "Ow, my tooth hurts."
I mean, you would just go to the emergency room, they inject you with a lunch of lidocaine, and then they'll be
You
like,
think
wait
there's
until tomorrow.
some dentists on site? Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think they'll just drug you up until you can see a
Yeah, but doctor hospitals are open 24/7 all the time. So
no, but like,
that's
okay,
not-
if
you're talking about more like a bank. Like
yeah,
banks
like
are-
I need to deposit my freaking check and you close the same time I'm getting off work. Like I don't get it.
That's why they invented mobile deposits now.
That's not the point though. It's like why can't you stay open for like an extra hour or something?
because
Or like the fact that I have to plan my sick time
just remember
to do that makes me angry.
there are businesses that benefit because of inconvenience for you.
What do you mean?
Like
Why would they benefit?
like medical, like insurance companies, for instance. They make everything very difficult to figure out, to talk to people, to like just the whole automated phone service system is very inconvenient. But they do it that way so people won't fight fight claims and do this thing. They make it specifically irritating for people so they don't deal with these things, and then companies make money.
Yeah, but that's different when it comes to hours, though. I'm talking about
Like that, like gyms. Like gyms are the same way. Gyms make it very hard to cancel a gym membership
yeah, but gyms are
because
open
people
24
know
hours.
that once somebody gets a gym membership, they're gonna forget about it and they're not gonna go and they're gonna keep paying and then they're gonna want to cancel, but then they're gonna make it really difficult for them to cancel. They're like, write a two-page letter about your experience, blah blah blah. They have all these requirements, and then they're like. And then people are like, oh, I don't want to fucking do that. I don't have time to do that. And they never cancel. And then they make money.
Yeah, and I don't know. It just bothers me where it's like necessities, like the dental office or the bank. And it's like, I have to put in PTO or go on my lunch or take a sick day just to freaking deposit a check. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but how often are you going to the bank nowadays? Not often, really. I don't think a lot of people are.
I don't know.
You know,
Still.
most people get
It's like
deposits straight to the
it's like
bank account anyway.
okay, like it's like going to the doctor is such like an event because you're like, well, I can't do a Monday through Friday. I freaking work. Like, and then
like
people
regular,
put off.
You mean like
people put off going to the doctor because it's inconvenient. Because then you got to pick. Do I need to take off work or am I gonna work and get my paycheck?
Yeah, they're like, well, if it really hurts, you could go to the emergency room and
pay like thousands of dollars.
so much money.
It's ridiculous.
But you could make an appointment with me. I'm open from 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, and my next availability is 4 months from now.
At 9 a.m. It's like I
Right.
don't like it. Ugh.
Yeah,
Grinds
no.
my gears. It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, dude, just like open later in the day and close later in the day.
Well, it's like, right, but then like,
Open at 10.
do you think it would
close
be
at,
better
like, 7.
if if the businesses like a doctor's office, if they were open after normal people's working hours?
Yeah, because have you noticed that a lot of the age in doctors' offices are like retired people because they have the time. They don't have jobs.
Right.
They can get there at 8 a.m. I have to plan my day, not take my lunch, take a PTO day, like whatever, because it's in the times for during work. Or retail people, like people that work at Starbucks and JCPenney or whatever, they don't work a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Drives me insane. Doesn't make sense to me.
You know, I liked working the retail jobs. I had fun.
As much as people complain about it, I feel more sense of control at a retail job than I do at a corporate job.
Well, because like when you
Control over
work
my
retail, it didn't feel like there was as much as at stake. You know what I mean? Like when you work a corporate job and you're in charge of a lot of you have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of pressure put on you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's a little harder, but when you're like, oh, I just got to stock some milk, I just got to make some coffee, and that's...
The tasks are easy and simple.
Tasks are easy, simple, and
Yeah.
then you just deal with some shitty customers sometimes, but then for the most part, you have nice coworkers, and then you just, pay as shit, but you go there, you have fun, you just do it, and I think everyone should at least work some kind of retail job.
Ooh, what kind of retail job have you not done? Retail job meaning not corporate.
Customer service kind of job, right? One.
No,
I
just not corporate. What?
Retail, maybe not. Let's not. Service industry jobs where you're serving customers. In any way, meaning like at
sure, I guess if you want to classify that,
but technically, I mean.
Corporate jobs.
Some corporate jobs could be service industry jobs because they
non-corporate.
service other.
Okay, non-corporate jobs. What non-corporate jobs? Retail,
you're thinking
whatever,
not office job.
Have you not done?
I've never worked as a server. No, wait, I have.
No, you haven't. You can't say the pizza place because that's not the same thing.
I was serving.
That is not the same thing.
I was
no,
making,
no.
I was making pizza.
No,
and I was serving the pizza.
Being a Chuck E. Cheese employee does not make you a server.
I was not at Chuck E. Cheese.
What was it? The bowling alley?
Did they have no, it was an arcade.
Okay, that's not a server.
I worked
that's
at
different. You can. Oh my God, you cannot.
I was served.
No,
Look,
you are being.
I was
you
a
are
party
like,
planner.
You are.
I handled the parties. There was children.
No.
I was serving all of them their sodas.
That is not a server.
And I was cooking pizza.
That is not a server.
What are you talking about? That's
okay.
more.
Somebody that works at Olive Garden is going to shoot you because they are servers.
Oh yeah, I was.
Somebody
serving.
at Red Robin is a server.
I'm sorry, like
you were not
how
a
was
server.
I not serving?
I
went up to. I did the same
server.
thing. I went up to the mothers of the parties. They're like, we need this and this and this, and I'm like, okay, oh, no.
What did they
and I
ask
went back. You know, fucking 20 liters of soda or whatever. Fuck. Because all
and I want them all in one
their
pitcher.
children are fat and need have diabetes and stuff.
Yeah, that's not a server.
That's literally in the definition. I served
No. That it was part of your job description.
It was part of my job description.
But you were not a server.
Right, because I was more than a server.
Exactly. So you weren't a server. It was part. Serving was part of your job description. Your job was probably a party coordinator.
If you wanna say I was a server plus.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying you were a party
plus.
coordinator.
I wasn't a party coordinator
because you weren't. Like, okay, so
like people, like mom and dad. Mom usually.
What?
Mom and dad. Mom usually wanted a party for their kids at the arcade.
Yeah, you were a party coordinator.
They set it up, and they're like, okay, you get this room. This is what we want for our food things. Blam.
What arcade was it?
Crazy. It was Crazy Nichols. Not around anymore. And then it became Crazy Clyde's. And that's not around anymore, but it's some. Okay, the building I was in used to be a Leaps and Bounds. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows that.
Nope.
What it is?
Nope. I'm assuming trampolines.
No,
Leaps
the
and
tubes. Tubes.
Oh,
like Discovery Zone. You remember Discovery Zone?
Yeah.
Same thing. Leaps and Bounds, and it became a Discovery Zone. Then it became a Crazy Nichols, where it was like a nickel arcade. Mm-hmm. Had DDR and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Then it got bought and became. Crazy Nichols, not Crazy Clyde's, and then they had arcades, they had pizza and stuff like that. I was there. I pretty much did everything at the arcade.
Yeah, so you weren't a server. You were a party
I
coordinator.
was a server plus.
No, party coordinator.
No,
That's what you were.
Party coordinator. I didn't coordinate the parties. Like, you had a room, and you're like, okay, kids go in the room. They get whatever certain amount of tickets.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you a server.
But I serve them the
I understand
food.
that. I understand
I
that. I understand that.
The food.
But you were not a server.
The
serving is part of your job, but
Repeat.
you are not a full a server. Like that isn't your title.
Right, server plus.
No, that's not a thing.
What did I do? Repeat after me. I served the people.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm
still saying you're wrong.
Cooked the food.
Cool.
You're
not a chef either. You're not you see what I mean? Like, you're not a chef just because you. You understand what I'm saying?
I know.
Sir?
I understand. Just because I did the job, you're saying just because you did the job doesn't mean you did the job. That's what you're saying.
No.
Just because.
Okay. All right. Cool. So back
I understand
to
being like, oh, just because you draw doesn't mean you're an artist.
Right.
Wrong. I can't.
Okay.
This is rude. Like, I'm
going back. So you were never a.
I was a server. Never.
Almost there.
Not-
Almost
no,
there. I
you're
almost
not
got
gonna
him.
get- I served pizza. I served them their fucking.
Okay, well then
whatever.
we'll go backtrack to what you said you never you wait, roll the tape. I'm pretty
did
sure
say
he
that.
said I was never a server.
I did say that, and then I went back and thought, I'm like, well,
No,
I
okay,
did do
no,
that
we're
one
going back
job
to never
at
a
that one
server.
time.
What
so
else?
I was.
Roll the tape.
Okay. I wasn't a server in the
Ah, bah,
the.
bah, bah.
Let me
Ah, bah,
just
bah,
a little caveat.
bah.
I was not a server in the
My dude.
in the natural restaurant environment.
Cool, that's what a server is. Next.
Okay.
What else were you not?
Yeah.
Carefully.
Just everything. Whatever. You want me to just run through my jobs?
No, I need.
Because that was my first job.
No. I
as a
want to know
server.
what you haven't.
And a pizza cook.
You are not a pizza.
I literally made the pizza.
Oh my god.
How am I not a pizza
Okay,
cook if I made the pizza?
I was never.
I rolled out the dough. I did everything.
Okay,
I baked
you
the
had
fucking
your
pizza.
chance, sir. I'm revoking it. Now it's my turn.
Server, pizza man.
I was never.
I never did pizza driving.
I was never a delivery person.
Or a server.
I was a server.
I served sushi.
I
No, you
did.
didn't. The
I
chef
was
did.
I was a server at a sushi restaurant, and I built their website in Dreamweaver.
So you're gonna tell me you're a web developer?
No, I'm not, and any means necessary. No,
Were
I
you a
just
web-
knew how to fake it until you make it
Yeah.
when it came to using Dreamweaver. But I was a server
Mm-hmm.
for sushi, and it was kind of annoying because I felt like I was like, you had to like stare at your customers down, like you know like you don't think about this when you go out to eat,
you're
but
not
then, like think about it now, right? When you go out to eat and then like they sit you down and stuff, there are people watching you the entire time, and they time everything. So I had to like the
Oh,
the,
you mean like as a customer, you're sitting there, you're eating, and there's somebody like in the back.
yeah, it's this whole process, and I was like, ew. And so like
Okay,
so,
wait. Well, hold on. Okay, they took their last bite. Go.
yeah, no, I shit you not. That's what happens.
Go give 'em their
And-
check.
And so like what the hostess would seat you,
what they do?
right? Yeah, the hostess would seat you, and then they're like, oh, your server will be there in a moment, whatever. By that time already, they already know who's getting the which server is getting that table. They already
Right.
know because they said whatever. It's weird.
Yeah, there's
And-
a system.
Yeah,
in
but I
place.
was just like, ew. And you know, then the server would come to you, do the drinks or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then there's this like rule. I mean, this was like
Yeah.
years ago, but there was this rule where it was like, you serve the like appetizers first, obviously, right? And then from a certain point from the appetizers to when you start eating is when you have to go to the kitchen to then bring the meal. It was like all timed. It was weird, but it was timed in the sense too, like you had to watch them. So I was like in the corner over there, like eyeing down the people to see like how far they were in their appetite. It was
they're on their last
the last
last
3 bites.
tuna.
Yeah, it was creepy. I was like, ugh, I don't like that. And then I remember, like the time when you were eating to like asking for like dessert and stuff like that. Like everything had like a timer on it, and I was just like, I don't like that because then you had to watch.
Yeah.
I felt like I was like a pedophile, like watching these people like about to strike, and like I didn't like that. I was just like, I'm just saying. I was just, and then and I didn't do it after that. I quit.
Right.
I quit because I was like, this is too much. I don't like that. Maybe it's because I'm an introvert, but still, it felt weird to like my entire focus was just watching these people eat their food.
I mean, yeah, like I get there. I get there's they probably have it down. Some restaurants probably have it down to a science that they're like, we know there's like one person comes in, two people come in, a family comes in. We know exactly how long they're gonna take to order
Yeah.
the food. They're gonna do this
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and if they're taking longer than usual to order the food, then other people will you send them in. Go ask them. Go talk to them. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I've been to restaurant. I mean, we've been to restaurants that are, like you kind of like feel the pressure of like that
Yeah,
they want
that-
you to leave.
yeah,
right?
it's
you
re-
like kind of like
I don't like
it's
it.
like a
I
vibe.
don't like it.
You just
like it.
feel it.
I don't like it. Mm-mm.
But I get why, because the more people that they could cycle through, the more money they makes. You
that
know?
makes sense.
They don't want like one dude coming in ordering like
Well, too
a
bad.
ham sandwich and sitting there for 3 hours.
Well, hey, it's America, and I can do that because I paid for you. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never done delivery. What about you? Off topic here. What else have
Delivery? No, I have not done delivery. I've never been a hostess.
Hostess? I've been a hostess.
Never did that.
It's not fun. I was a hostess at
Um,
Applebee's.
And then
What else have you not?
then I worked. What I didn't do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier to name what I've done than what I didn't do.
That's not what
'Cause
this is
there's more.
about.
There's more stuff that I haven't done, obviously, than I have done.
Right. That's why it's more fun that way. So what else have you?
Yeah, but
so you also have not been to delivery.
yeah, I've not
driver.
been a stripper.
That's not retail though. I would consider that more kind of.
I don't know.
Like corporate. When you're working for. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's.
There's a lot of.
You were never.
Mhm.
No, chef. Would chef be corporate? No.
Chef wouldn't be corporate chef,
I feel like.
cooking for like corporations.
Well, I mean, like if you.
If
you were a chef
working
at like
Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Okay, like I've never worked at like a gas station attendant.
Okay, me too.
station.
Never been in a gas station.
Never worked at fast food.
I've never done fast food. But,
Right.
Serving
Never
at
worked.
a sushi restaurant, but
never worked.
Never.
Never
Same.
worked as a barista.
I have. I feel like everyone has barista experience. I feel like at one point,
Not this guy.
not that guy, but I feel like everyone worked at Starbucks or at Dunkin' at one point.
No. I went
very common.
the grocery store route and worked at grocery stores. Well, only one really. Whole Foods. Stocking shelves. Worked in the dairy cooler, overnight loading.
I wonder.
Easiest job. Fun job too. I enjoyed it.
I wonder what else is there when it comes to.
Never worked at customer service, like never worked as like a customer service, like a phone customer service person.
Oh yeah, like a call center and stuff. I've never done that either.
Sounds awful.
But I did customer service at Whole Foods.
Right.
Not the same thing.
Never worked at like a clothing store.
I did. I've done. I think I feel like I've done. Oh, that's a good question. Is that what have you done most of? I feel like working at a like some sort of department store. I think that's what I've done the most.
The most I've done is work with boxes. I've worked on packaging and shipping out boxes when I worked at the UPS store.
Have you ever taped
I worked with
yourself inside of a
unloading.
box?
What?
Have you ever like gone to a box and like taped yourself in there? I would do that.
How would I tape myself?
I don't know.
in the
You
box?
figure it out because you're that bored.
What, like under?
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Yeah. No.
We didn't have boxes.
Did you eat packing peanuts?
Yes.
What do you mean? Ew! Do they taste like peanuts? What do they taste like? Now I'm interested.
Let me explain something to you.
I'm scared.
There's two kinds of peanuts. I always have trouble saying peanuts because I feel like I'm just going to say penis.
Peanuts.
Say it faster.
Peanuts.
Right.
Peanuts.
Uh-huh.
Peanuts. It's not.
Yeah, I know. You have not difficulty. I have trouble.
Redo.
Okay? But listen.
Peanuts.
There's
peanuts. Do it. Peanuts.
Peanuts. I can't. Peanuts.
No, the first
Peanuts.
one was 100% penis.
Yeah. So there's two types of packaging
Peanuts.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's like the little styrofoam ones. And then there's biodegradable ones that are made from corn.
Wait, are the peanuts
So
white?
look.
I don't think I've actually seen a packing peanut before.
Yeah, you have. You have ever got a package ever that
No, I've gotten the shredded paper,
there's a shredded
and then
paper,
I've gotten bubble wrap.
and you've gotten the ones where just like inflated like the inflated
What do they look
the
like?
bubble. You know, like the bags that are just
I'm gonna
inflated.
Google this.
They look like peanuts. Some of
do
them
they
do.
though?
The styrofoam, the biodegradable ones do.
Packaging peanuts. This girl looks too happy to be holding a bag of packaged peanuts. These look like tampons.
What? Yeah. So I've eaten.
like tampons!
I've eaten those.
Ew!
Not tampon. I've eaten those. Because first of all,
They look like tampons.
well, no, let me explain something.
Okay.
Like
Oh, like this. I've seen these.
those are the styrofoam based
Oh,
ones. Those are the those,
okay, explain.
those are the good ones. The biodegradable ones are
What do you mean?
shit.
Flavor wise?
No, biodegradable ones are good flavor. But the other ones are shit flavor,
Oh my
but they are good peanut.
So you eating both?
I've chewed on the styrofoam ones before. Okay, besides the point.
No, this is the point.
Can I
Okay, yes.
can I tell you about the
yes,
like
tell us
okay, the
the
styrofoam
fun
ones
adventures of eating.
are
packaged peanuts.
good for packaging because when you squeeze them when with a packaging
which ones?
peanut, the styrofoam ones,
The pink ones?
the ones you just showed me,
The
yeah.
pink ones. Okay.
When you squeeze them, like they go, and you unsqueeze, it goes back. It, you squeeze it, it'll go back to its original form when you squeeze it.
Okay.
That's how the styrofoam, and that's what you want
Okay.
because that's good for, like when you're packing
Turbulence.
something for any like shaking. You want it to keep its shape to fill the air and like keep your package safe.
Okay.
The biodegradable ones, when you squeeze them and you let go, that's it. They're flat and they're shit.
What's the point of that?
And
then?
also,
Isn't the whole point to like keep your thing safe? Inside
yeah,
of the box?
but that's why they're not as good. That's why they're good for the environment because if you get a box of them, all you have to do is like literally put water on them and they will dissolve because they're made of like starch.
Well, okay.
That's why if you take a peanut, you can put it in your mouth, it'll dissolve, and that's how you eat it.
Okay, but okay. Hey, hang on.
That was the biodegradable
Wait.
ones.
Okay, so my
But
question.
they're not as good for your package. So if you have something valuable
Okay,
and you
but
want to
I'm-
package it properly, don't use fucking
I want
stuff.
to argue if it's good for your package because think about it this way: it's like putting a stapler in Jello. It's
Right.
that should be good.
Yeah,
right?
that's the styrofoam ones are like that. The other ones are
No,
not
it's
good.
the biodegradable
No,
ones
the
are like that
biodegradable because every movement they make, you have more gas. Like think
but
about
they
this.
wouldn't move because they've secured themselves
It's not
in that
secure.
shape.
It's not that secure. They're shit. Complete shit. They didn't secure themselves in that shape. They're filling gap of air. They're filling a gap in the box. You have an item, and around is styrofoam peanuts.
Yeah.
The item will
He said
move.
penis.
The item will move in the box a little bit. It'll jiggle, right?
But I feel like it wouldn't move because it's surrounded by all of those
Ideally-
peanuts that already made their shape, so it's like solid. No, that's how I.
Styrofoam ones, you're gonna move a little bit. They're not. It's not foam, right? It's not like, which they
That's
actually
how
have too.
That's how I see it. As.
But it just fills the space, right? And then
yeah,
you have.
but if it fills the space, then there's no space to move.
It doesn't completely fill the space. You still have empty space. Okay, do this. Fill a box with styrofoam peanuts, and put your hand through. Can you put your hand through?
Well,
Can you put your hand into the box?
The biodegradable
Both.
one.
Both.
Yeah.
Can you put your hand in the box? Because there's movement. Because they can move through there. Because there's little gaps. There's little air gaps. Whatever. But what I'm saying is, when you have the styrofoam ones, you have the item in there. When the item moves, it'll put pressure on the styrofoam, but the styrofoam will pop back into place.
Yeah.
So it'll be like. But with the biodegradable ones,
Why would
when you
it-
put
why would it?
when you put pressure on the
Why would it like?
Because it's in the fucking UPS car or whatever. It's just jiggling.
Okay.
But when you put pressure on the biodegradable ones, when you put pressure on it, they're shrinking, but they don't pop back to normal. So then the more it moves, the more empty space, and then you've got
Okay.
an item that's like, and it's gone, and it's broken.
Okay, fine.
Now that little,
you convinced me. You win.
that little bubble, that little Christmas ornament you sent to Grandma is
Yeah.
garbage now because you used biodegradable peanuts. Great for the environment, not good for your package.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. You've convinced me.
Yeah.
Cool. I also have not been So when I say delivery, I'm like pizza delivery.
Like
But
any
I
food
also,
delivery,
but
right?
yeah, anything like that includes like UPS or like FedEx. Like
Yeah, I
I've,
never did
I've
that.
never done that. I've also never done like this isn't really retail, but like Uber and stuff. Like
That's because
That's still delivery,
That's
kind
because
of.
that's before. That was
That's
after
true.
your time.
that's true. So I guess okay. I guess you're right. We can go back to what we have done. So like, I've done lots of customer service. I've done lots of service-based things. Like I was like a face painter at one
Yeah.
point. I don't know. Like I don't know what that falls into. I worked at a restaurant, sushi place. I've done clothing,
Yeah.
like stuff. And then me. That's about it. That's it.
Hold on. I need to double check my work. Make sure everything's good.
This is a pause.
Okay, good. Yeah. So, I mean, you've done a fair amount of stuff. I mostly just worked with items, right? I worked with things. I worked with people occasionally when I worked as a server. Whatever. I fixed arcades too, a little bit.
You can't fix an arcade. You can fix games.
No, I fixed arcades.
Arcade is the space. That's not an item.
No, it's not.
What?
Do you,
Arcade is a space. It's not an object. You can't fix an arcade. You can fix a game that lives in an arcade. What? Am I wrong?
yes, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Arcade is the place you go to,
That's what I said.
but an arcade is also the cabinet, the arcade cabinet, which is the game.
Not like a cabinet where you put cereal in.
Oh my God! What are you talking? Arcade cabinet. That's what they call them.
I've never heard of that.
Cabinet, like the DDR.
Yeah.
That would be an arcade cabinet. Because it's like an enclosure for a computer that has the whole thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So like.
So when I say I fixed arcades, I mean I fixed the games. But the cabinets.
My brain just broke for a second. No, I didn't. Okay. That was interesting. Producer son. Are you a type of man?
Yes, only one type of man. Man.
Man, are you a type of man that that prefers toilet paper this way or toilet paper this way?
Oh, it's the question is over or under.
Or
Over
whatever.
or under.
Yeah, this way and then this way.
Logically,
Oh no.
it depends on.
It depends. It never just depends. It's one or the other.
No, it does depend.
No.
Like if you have a cat, obviously you do under, not over.
Right. So under is the proper answer.
Under is the proper answer if you have a cat.
No, in all aspects.
Actually, it's also under is actually better for ripping the toilet
Exactly.
paper as well,
Yes, under is the only answer.
right? Because over, because you could get a situation where you pull the toilet paper and then you like if it's under, you can kind of like pull it and then you could go wha, and you could tear it real quickly with like wha.
Oh,
Right?
let me guess. Have you
Like
done
a
that?
quick and
Over.
but dude over you're
And then it pulls.
and then the whole thing just fucking rolls off. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, see? Under is the proper
Under
answer.
is probably the scientifically better way. I saw I did like a little stupid thing there.
Actually.
My glasses weren't even down. Like, have you ever done this? Like when you're like not wearing glasses, and then you're like fuck.
No, that's
No?
just you.
It's like an impulse. Well, you don't wear your glasses enough to make it an impulse.
No, I'm just not an idiot. I know when I'm
It's
not
like a
wearing
phantom
my
glasses.
No.
Like you have the phantom feeling of it on there.
I have phantom cramps. Not
Yeah. You know, like people when they like lose their arms or something, they have
Yeah.
like phantom limb.
Yeah.
They could like still feel their arms.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. I still feel my glasses
Yeah.
when they're not on my face. But yeah, under is the way to go. Scientifically speaking.
Well, I think just
And the not dumb way.
the not dumb way is under. Just makes more sense.
Good. I'm glad we agree.
Yeah.
Gentlemen's agreement.
Okay, so walk us through how you use said toilet paper.
Well, I
Let's break this into two sections.
You know what? Even though I will say this, even though under is the preferred method,
Mhm.
I do not think about how the toilet's on the roll when I how the toilet paper roll gets on the little thingy.
Oh, it bothers me. If I see it over, I
Like,
take it out and I flip it.
I don't think about it when I
do.
put it on because I just put it on because I feel like it's a waste of time to think about how to put
Oh,
it on.
no, not
And then
me.
if it happens to be over, then I just deal with it.
You don't change it?
No,
I
absolutely
do.
not.
I see it. I'm like, "Ugh."
it's useless. It's
No,
a
it takes-
useless
it
thing
takes
to
like
do.
a
It's like a waste
millisecond.
of time.
Ah,
It's
man.
something that doesn't cross my mind. Like I have a preferred way, but I'm not going to make any effort to conserve that preferred way. I'm not going to be like, oh no, it's over, gotta flip it. I'm not going to do that.
That's what I do.
Absolutely not. It's a waste of time. You know what's annoying though?
So you're the one that causes my
You know what's the-
anxiety.
you know-
You're the one
you
that
know what's
causes
annoying,
my
though?
anxiety
You know what's
when it's
annoying?
over.
You know what's annoying though? It's when you go and you're like, you're like, oh, gotta poop. Oh, look, toilet paper roll on there. Not enough toilet paper.
Yeah, that's a valid question. When you go to the bathroom, do you check if there's enough toilet paper prior
If
to
it's public,
taking off your pants, or you just go in and you just like
if it's at home, I don't check. If it's in public, I 100% check.
yeah? Oh, I didn't
Because
think
I don't
about that.
want to
Ooh,
get in
that's
a
a good
sticky,
Ooh.
stinky situation
That's
where
a good.
where you're like, guess I gotta just scoop with my hand and hope for the best.
That's
disgusting.
that's a good that's something to think
You know what I mean?
about. I don't. I'm trying to. I think I check both times, at home and
Yeah, well, you're checking because you're flipping it if it's the wrong way.
right. Yeah, like
I'm not flipping it. I'm just too lazy to do that. It's just a waste of my time. So I'll deal with
yeah. You're too lazy because I'm the one that does it already.
Yeah, but when it's
You don't have
When
to think
it-
about it because it's already been done by me.
But you kind of just leave it even if it's empty. You're like, oh, there's one little square left. That's enough for him. I'm
That's
like,
enough for
no, that's
dudes.
not enough
For
for poops.
what?
You think that's enough for poops?
I didn't think about the poops.
Yeah, you got to think about the poops. It's the majority of where the toilet paper gets used on the poops.
Well,
Well,
for men, because you
for
don't-
women as well.
No, because you no, especially if you're TMI, especially if you're on your period, you need lots of toilet paper.
I get
For
okay.
men, you just that's it. You don't even need the toilet paper.
No,
at
we
that
just
point.
wiggle
Yeah, well, we can't wiggle it.
until it's gone, until no drips left.
It's like a ketchup bottle.
Yeah. You're just doing it the wrong way though.
Oh my god,
You know,
that's funny. We'll walk us through your.
I'm not gonna walk you
Your
through my
poop
pooping
adventure.
process.
Do you take off your pants?
I take off my pants when I poop. No, I'd sit down, take a shit in my pants, and I
What?
would call it a day.
No, it's a valid. It's
That's why you have laundry.
Oh my god! I mean, that's valid.
Oh
no.
my god, it's like that stupid question you asked before.
What?
What was that?
I don't know. You tell me.
With the last time, where I'm like, oh no, you put your shoes on and your socks.
I don't remember.
Whatever, it's a dumb question. Like
No,
what
it's
pants?
not. It's
Well,
a
do you,
valid-
Take, no,
it's a valid question.
What? The second I get inside the bathroom, I close the door. Then I lock the door. And then I take my pants off and I waddle over to the toilet.
Some people might.
Absolutely not. Some
people
I
might.
shuffle over there with my pants at my ankles and then
Well, here,
sit
but
down.
okay, but then the other question is that do you flush before you wipe or do you flush after you wipe?
I hope you flush after you wipe. Think about about this. Think about going in there.
You look so scared.
Think about this. Think about this. Think about going to the bathroom.
Oh my god, I can't.
Think about
Where's
this.
the rest of this?
Think about this. Hold on.
We
Think
need
about this.
more. We need to.
Think about this.
We need this to finish this conversation. Okay.
Think about going to the bathroom. and then taking a poop. And then you're like, do you flush after or before you wipe? Think
Yeah.
about flushing before I wipe, and then wipe, and then what? You just leave it in the you leave it in the toilet? Just sitting there?
Wait, no, you just flush a second time.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah. You can't do it all in one go. It's gonna clog the toilet.
Listen,
That's It's gonna clog the toilet. That's why you have the plunger.
depends on your poops, right?
Yeah, but
Right, but no, I am of the opinion that you should do multiple flushes throughout your experience. The rest is for me. Don't take my.
no, I know. I was measuring it.
With what?
Because
You can't You have
eyeballing it. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Because this is valid. You do your poop.
Yeah, take it a little bit left.
You do your poop, and then you do your poop, and then you flush.
No, you do.
Or-
Okay, no, you do. You poop. You flush. You wipe. You flush. You poop. You
What?
flush.
No.
You wipe.
No,
you
no,
flush.
no. You poop and then you flush.
You poop, flush, wipe, flush.
Why are you wasting so much water, my guy? No. You
This is
poop.
a
No.
common mistake. Common mistake.
You poop and then you wipe, and then maybe wipe again, depending on how much poop
No,
you have.
poop, you flush, you wipe, you flush.
No, that's such. We're gonna. That you are wasting so much water. There's so many fish in the sea that you're depriving them of water because
Okay.
you choose not to.
As someone that is a boy and probably has bigger poops than you
That's
and has experienced in his childhood times where your poop was too big and you had to flush the toilet and it wouldn't go down. And then you try to plunger it and it wouldn't go down.
why wouldn't it
And
go
you
down?
flush again, and guess what? Overflow. Okay? And then you panic.
Oh, so you
and then you
traumatized.
shit on the floor. And then your bathroom is just water. And then guess what? Guess what you have to do? You have to go tell mom and dad. You have to go tell them.
This is the worst horror story
You have
ever.
to go tell them. You're like,
What did you tell them?
it's overflowing. For someone that has
And then they're like, "What's overflowing?"
the toilet. And, for someone that has experienced that multiple times,
Why is it multiple? Why is it multiple? You should learn your lesson.
I have in my adulthood
Oh my god! Why is it
Poop.
multiple?
because I learned my lesson.
Yeah, the first time, but not the second time, not the third time.
The problem I had, look,
Oh my god!
so when I was younger,
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I had an issue. I didn't poop every day.
What?
Like I would like not like I would just like hold it for a couple days.
You have issues, my dude.
I would-
That's not healthy.
And then when it came out, I swear to you, these things were massive. And it was painful.
I can't breathe.
And it was painful.
Oh
and,
my
and
God.
the poops alone. You know, some people would clog the toilet because they just throw way too much
Yeah.
toilet paper.
Yeah.
I clogged the toilet on the poop alone.
Oh my god.
Because it was like the hole, the hole is like this big, the poop is like this big. Can't go through.
Let me ask you this.
So
Producer son.
poop,
Producer son.
flush,
Why-
wipe, flush. Learn your lesson.
You clearly did it after the first time.
And you, I will
Oh my
never.
God, I
okay, so
can't with
and you
this.
never poop all of it out at once. Do it in sections. So when you poop, you gotta cut them off occasionally. right? So then you have like
What?
right. So if you have like if you look at it as like a long poo, you
No,
cut it
I
in,
don't.
if you have a long poo, right? You don't let it all out in you cut it in thirds.
Why?
So it could go down easier.
Oh,
You cut it in thirds with the way that
I
you
think
naturally can cut
Producer,
your poop.
I think you just have a poop problem. That's how are your poops now? Let's go.
Fantastic.
Okay, now do you have to cut them off in thirds now?
You still do, of course.
I don't do that.
Yeah, well, you have nice, normal female.
Then your diet's out of whack, my
You
guy.
have nice lady poops, which are like they don't smell.
That's not
They're
true.
pink.
That's. I wish. No. That's
They're like
that's not how that works.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, I am sorry you were traumatized multiple times because you clearly didn't.
it's my fault.
You clearly didn't get it the first time around because you said it's happened multiple times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I didn't learn until
No.
later on.
All right. Cool. So.
And then I didn't. I wouldn't poop in public for a long time either. Like I could
Well,
not.
okay, that's valid because even now it's like, have you had it where it's like you're at a restaurant and you're like, oh, I really have to go take a poop, and you go in there
Yeah.
and you find the stall that like nobody's near you and you go like way over there
Yeah,
and then you're about to take the poop and then you hear the door open
it sucks.
and then you're like, do I hold it in or do I let it rip?
Yeah.
Here's what I do.
I don't like that.
I just let it rip, but then I wait for them to leave so then they don't see who it is.
Yeah, you don't.
You know?
You don't come out-
Then you're fine.
You don't come out like right when they come out. Be like, hey, you were in there too.
I mean, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. Yeah.
Heard your poops pretty good.
Stop. Oh my god. So go into the bathroom, do your poop. What happens next?
After you're
You did the poop.
after I've poop flush, wipe flush like 4 times over.
Oh my god. That's why the water bill's so high. This guy.
Then you get up and you wash your hands and
Do you
leave the scene. Like a crime scene. May leave no witnesses.
leave no witnesses? Do you stand up when you wipe? Or do you that's the only way to do it.
We've been through this. There's no
That's
standing.
the only way to do it.
Oh my god, this bothers me so much. when you
That's
told me
the
this.
only way to do, or half squat.
There's no reason to stand.
I don't see
There's
it any other
no
way.
reason to
I
stand.
don't see it any other way.
Like you just literally with your tippy toes, you just like a little. You just
Wait, show us. Is that how you sit on the toilet with your leg?
like you're like. You just have to and then from the gap, you could look through the gap, and then you could examine the paper. Poo paper. You could examine the toilet paper, see if it was a clean wipe. If it was a good wipe, right? What you do
Oh my god! You broke it.
I broke the table. Oh my god!
The poops are too strong with this one.
Jesus Christ! Oh no!
Guess you're buying a new one.
God damn it! Oh no, the table. It's still good.
Are you kidding me? No, it's not. Oh my god. Well, you cut that out. So here's how you clean that up. You take a towel and you dab it. That's not a towel. What are you doing?
I dab it with my butt.
You need more than that.
It's fine.
No, it's not.
Soaking.
Yes, it's fabric. It's cotton. Take a towel and dab it. Otherwise, it's gonna just smell like wine. It's already changing colors. Producer son, you gotta hurry. It's already changing colors. Something's eating the couch alive.
I gotta die.
Yeah, there you go. And then you dab it with knuckles like this, like a cat. You're making dough. No. Like making dough like this. Producers sound like this. Look at me. Like this.
I'm not gonna do this stupid.
Well, that's how you clean couches. Unless you're going to pay for somebody to deep clean, which I highly doubt you will. Men. This is what they do. And then they're like, everything's fine. We don't, everything's fine. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to have to end up calling Stanley Steamer, paying for all of that. He's going to be like,
Oh God, I thought I lost so much. I didn't.
it looked like you did.
No,
It's very depressing. Just losing wine is like one of the worst feelings in the world.
I swear I'm not drunk.
No, you're
My
fine.
butt's just huge.
That's
I got
also
that.
not
I
true.
got that.
No.
That dump truck.
No. Do you want to check?
Okay. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Kind of.
Okay, go check.
I'm good.
Go check so you feel better.
No, I feel good. I see the lights.
You're a liar.
No.
Okay.
Anyway,
All
after
right.
that fun fiasco, I gotta buy a new one of these. I didn't like this anyway.
Wow,
know you
I
bought
bought it. It was
Well,
expensive
you
too.
you need one. You need one. No, it wasn't. It was like $5.
It was $30.
Then you paid too much.
No, that
for
was the
something.
cheapest one. That was in white because wood is expensive now.
Yeah, this is
number.
like IKEA wood though, which is like
Yeah,
fake
well,
wood.
Amazon wood is what it was.
Anyway.
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's
so let me get
unstable.
this straight. You poop.
Do we gotta talk about my poop more?
Yes, because we got to close it off, right?
Yeah, you closed it off in thirds.
Okay, so you poop, and then you flush while you're sitting down. You don't even look at the poop.
I've looked at the poop with the. What do you mean? I don't have to look at the poop because I wiped because you.
No. You said you poop and then you flush.
Yeah, there's no poop to look at.
That's what I'm saying. You don't look at it before you flush.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so you poop
There's
and you
no
flush.
reason to.
Okay, so you poop and you flush,
Right.
and then you wipe
Then you wipe.
in a weird ass way, like a gremlin,
Wipe and then you flush.
like a gremlin,
Okay, nobody stands.
and then
The only people I know that would have to stand would be people that would have trouble reaching around their butt.
or if they want to be super clean.
That's not how you could do the same thing. Like
No, you can't.
Like just
I don't.
learn some yoga.
That doesn't.
Easy peasy. No,
No,
no.
no, no.
You just
No, no.
raised one cheek, and you're good.
Are you like this?
No, not like
Is
that.
it like up in the air?
No.
I don't like.
It's a
this.
normal way.
It's not normal. It's definitely not.
Chat will decide if it's normal.
Chat will decide because, okay. I was thinking about this with everything that was going on
In the
in
world.
the world.
Oh, we said it at the
Yes,
same
because
time.
I thought about it and I was like, how would they know? Like I don't.
About what?
Well, okay, so it's about student loans.
Yeah, how do they know?
Like think about this, right? So
Fuck me.
you take out student loans,
Yeah.
right? And they know with your social security and your name and like whatever.
Yeah.
But like when it gets dismissed, that's not the word. When it gets what's the word? Help me.
Deferred? Dismissed? Dismissed?
No.
When student loans get dismembered? Dismissed?
No, I said dismiss, but not that.
That's this whole thing.
No,
That's
no.
The dismissal.
No, no.
Dismissal. Dismiss.
When they're gone. What's the word?
Dismissed.
No, that's not it. It's not that one. That's not what they use.
Dismissed.
That's not what they use.
That's what they use.
No, they don't. They don't say dismiss.
Dismissed.
No.
My student loans have been dismissed. That's what they use.
No.
Yeah.
Where's my phone?
What do you
No.
think? Dismissal. That's a stupid word. Dismissal.
Dismissal.
It's a word. Dismissal.
No,
Dismissal.
no, this is gonna
The
bother me.
dismissal of student loans. That's
Nope.
the word.
Forgiveness. Forgiven. When student loans are forgiven.
I forgive you.
So think about this, right?
Yeah.
So you have like $60,000 of student loan debt,
Yeah.
and then out of the blue,
All
they're
right.
forgiven.
Uh-huh. Taxes.
I'm like, where does that go?
Taxes.
Do the teachers like not get paid because they still get paid?
No, the teachers get paid.
So
Everybody
like
gets paid.
where is that being pulled from? Right? Where's this $70,000? Like, what? Where
Here,
is this a bucket that's just like sitting there
This is what happens.
with no water? Like, I don't get it.
Let me explain.
Okay, explain.
Taxes.
You took a big whiff before you.
I know.
said,
Let me explain. Taxes.
you know he's coming in to fight when
Look,
take a big whiff. Okay.
we pay taxes.
Uh-huh.
Government doesn't have money. We taxpayers have money. Taxpayers give money to the government. The government only runs because of us.
Right, so the government has money from us.
From us.
Okay.
Government isn't investing and maybe they are.
They might.
Anyway,
I don't know. Okay.
there shouldn't be because it's our money.
Well.
Anyway, we pay taxes. Our taxes go to the government. The government uses that money for military, for education, for all these
For all
things,
these different buckets.
right?
Yeah.
So when a student applies, Curry applies to student loan for a federal loan.
Okay.
Goes to government. Government's like, hey, well, these suckers, they pay taxes, and we got this pool of money that we could just give some people. And they're like, okay, we'll give it to Curry because Curry applied and she's poor. So they give you the money, and then that money, people pay taxes, goes to government. Government gives that money to you. You pay the school. School pays the teachers. And then they're like, well, it was only a loan. Curry, you have to pay this back. And you're like, okay. Well, right, it's student loan, right? And they're like, okay, Curry, you have to pay this back. And then the government's like, never mind, you don't have to pay it back. So they're just like, forget it. Then it pretty much just means that if you're...
You get a grant at that point.
Grant is stuff you don't have to pay back.
Right,
at
but
that
it
point, it
becomes
becomes
a
a grant, right?
Yeah, okay.
So then they're like, at that point, it's like, yeah, the taxpayers just paid for your school. That's what happened, right? And then they're like, fuck it, you don't have. Curry doesn't owe us anything. It was a gift.
Because no one's waiting on the money besides the school.
No.
Or
The school got
besides
their
the
money.
government.
The government, and the government
And the
is
government
already
is
in like
already-
$7
Got it.
trillion in debt. So the government's like, we could take more debt. Who gives a fuck?
I was thinking about this the
Yeah.
other day.
But federal, I mean, private loans are different though.
I don't,
'cause
have
that's
it.
from a-
I don't have any private loans.
I do, but
I
because
don't
that's
even know how that works.
it's the same thing. But instead of borrowing from the government, from taxpayers, you're borrowing
from a
from
person.
the bank.
Oh, screw that.
Which I have. Like,
Nope.
so I have private.
Nope,
I have private and federal loans.
You guys want to donate for producer son? Save this poor puppy?
Yeah. Save me from my stupidity
Yeah, there you go.
of applying for
Cool,
loans
because that
to
was the next thing
art
I had.
school.
That was the next thing I had here. It was
Art school.
No, it was getting a college degree, if it's worth it or not.
Depends. A lot of caveats, right?
Yes, a lot of opinions here.
I mean, like, what do you think? First of all,
I think it. Considering that I went towards a art major, that it's so. What's the word? That subjective,
subjective,
subjective opinions.
subjective.
Okay, because it's so subjective.
Yeah.
There's no reason to get a degree in that. You can learn that on your own. You can do what makes you happy, and you can provide the world your concept of reality. And having some teacher be like, "That's bad art," like doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
But if you're going into something that's like black and white, like
A doctor.
even that's kind of more like a
Engineer.
or like an electrician, something
Yeah.
that will always be black and white.
Yeah.
Then you should probably go to school for that.
Right. No, I agree. If
That's how I feel.
if what you're learning is based on objective reality,
Yeah.
then you should probably go to school
No,
for
you
that.
should go to school.
I'll say probably because
Yeah, cause like
you should probably go to school for that.
'Cause-
For for instance, it's like okay, I'm probably on the fringe in this point where it comes to this opinion, but if you're say you're a surgeon, like a brain surgeon, say you're a brain surgeon that is self-taught versus a brain surgeon that
don't
has
like that.
went to school. Like,
Yeah, I don't like where you're going with
so
it.
the self-taught brain surgeon.
Is there a waiver I gotta sign for one of them, or?
Well, here's my point is that everything in the world was self-taught before school. Obviously, it
Well,
just
yeah, but-
logically makes sense that everything was self-taught. Everything that people learn now, even doctors now, I mean, they're learning new things. All that stuff
Well, that's
is
because it's a
self-taught.
practice.
Right.
Yeah.
But everything, science,
And
all this
engineering
stuff.
is not practice.
But like the problem I have with school, or just like learning from school, is that it's just a regurgitation of previous ideas, and it's not really a focus on thinking for yourself and like learning.
Yeah,
that
because
sense.
like think
Right?
about
It
it.
just
like,
they're telling you like this. The heart is this, 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 and this. They're like, okay, yeah, that's good to know the facts of what a heart is, but
think about it this way: did school ever teach you how to balance your checkbook?
if you went to accounting, probably.
No. Just like,
I think I did take a class. I think they did try to teach me that in high school.
do you know how to balance your checkbook?
I know how to balance a checkbook. Yes,
No, you don't. I've never seen that.
I've
Really?
I've written checks and like kept a log of them and everything. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Back in the day, I'm an old man from the old age where there was no schools, where everyone was self-taught. But I'm like, at this point, yeah, there's some things that you probably should go to school for that, like, yeah, I would want a doctor to have went to school.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily, like, there's this fallacy, right? Just because you are a doctor
Yeah.
doesn't mean you are correct about
No.
something.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Right? This is the what is that fallacy? The argument from authority
Oh, yeah.
is what it's called, right? So like if you're like saying I'm a doctor, so because I'm a doctor, I'm right about what I'm talking about, is a logical fallacy, because that does, just because they are an authority figure doesn't mean they are correct about what they're saying.
Well, see, I don't see it that way. I see that they're more likely to be correct.
They can't.
The
Obviously,
probability of
statistically,
them,
probability
right,
of
the
them to
probability
be
of them to
correct
be correct is higher.
Is higher, but when you are like trying to think, like the most
that's how I
important
see it.
the most important thing I think people could learn from is logic, because
Oh no, we're getting into a logic conversation.
it's the
Hold
only
on to your seatbelts, my
it's
guys.
it's the only way you can kind of keep yourself like thinking in a to like be able to weed out rational or irrational like thought, right? Because you could be because this is why I'll argue with doctors, Curry. This is why I'll argue with anyone that says something that doesn't logically make sense. Because just because you're an authority on something doesn't mean you're correct.
Okay, here. Producer son.
And that is something
I
that
have
everyone can have.
I have a question.
It's logic.
I have a question. Explain to us one argument using logic. Very simple example. Dumb it down to the point where anyone can understand.
Okay, let's talk.
This is for you guys. If you want to argue logic, not the rapper.
Okay, if I was to not the rapper.
Not the rapper.
If okay, let's just take this statement.
Something very simple. Okay.
If I was to say, this is a phone, but this is also not a phone.
You said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a logical statement to say?
No.
Why?
Because it clearly is a phone.
Right. So that's the law of non-contradiction. I think that's the law of like, don't quote me on all this, because like,
Well,
I understand these things, but I'm very bad at regurgitating information. Like,
right.
I need to
okay.
explain things. Like a phone cannot be a phone and not a phone at the same time. But then you're like, hey, what's there also a TV and you can watch TV on it. But you know my point. My point is like a square can't be a square and not a square. That is a illogical thing.
But you can't give us a situation to argue.
Like, it's gonna take a while to think
take a
about it.
bit.
Like if it won't come
Let
at
me
the
see if
top
I
of
can
my
think of
head.
something.
Like if you say something that sounds illogical to me, I will call it out and tell you whether it's logical or not.
Okay, I have an idea. We're gonna test produce this on here.
I don't like pressure.
We're gonna test produce
Oh
this
my
on.
god.
We're gonna test you.
Like because that's what I always sucked at when it came to school is like regurgitating things and like memorization of stuff. And like I have a hard time trying to explain things sometimes, but like I get it in my brain.
Well, this is giving me like shapes. This doesn't make any sense.
Shapes.
It's giving me like shapes and I did the logical test and it's giving me shapes. I'm
Like,
like that's
contradic-
that's not what I want. I
like
want
contradictions are a big thing in logic. You just want to be able to point them out.
Okay, I'm gonna do logical questions because I'm getting like charts.
Oh, you gonna
And, like,
test
shapes.
you gonna test me on my
Yeah,
logic?
yeah. And when I did it, it was like question 1, and it gave me a pattern and then like different parts of the pattern.
Yeah,
like,
that's like IQ shit.
I'm like I don't
like
I don't
if
need
it
that.
rotates right this way, this way,
Yeah,
this way,
I'm
what's
like-
the next rotation?
Right, I'm like that's
like, oh, I'll
that's
be
not,
this way.
That's not what we need right here. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Logical questions. Let's
That's
go.
what I'm trying. It's just giving me these stupid squares.
Dumb squares. Can squares be dumb
Anything can be
without
dumb.
thought?
Anything can be dumb.
Without is the absence of thought equal?
Ooh, that's a
being
good question.
dumb?
Being dumb.
Because it's like, okay, you have a brain, and then you have a certain IQ. So at a point, if you say there's a Q, or say
Ooh.
arbitrarily there's an IQ scale from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
100 meaning you're smart, 0
Yeah.
meaning you're dumb.
Yeah.
But what if you go past the 0 and you go into the negatives? Like,
That's a good.
is
that's
that
a good
is
one.
that in? That just sounds stupid now within my head. Sounded
No, it
cool
doesn't
when I was
sound
saying
stupid.
It. Anyway,
No,
what's your
I
question?
like-
What's your question? Go ahead.
It's kind of long. It's a scenario.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Read it out.
So the dude's name Lard.
Lard?
Laird.
Laird?
Sure.
Laird. Okay.
Sure. Pure research provides us with new technologies that contribute to saving lives. Even more worthwhile than this, however, is its role in expanding our knowledge and providing new unexplored areas.
Okay.
Kim then says, your priorities are mistaken. Saving lives is what counts most of all. Without pure research, medicine would not be as advanced as it is.
Okay.
The question is, Laird, whatever, and Kim disagree on whether pure research,
Peer research.
pure research,
Peer P-E-E-R?
no, pure, P-U-R-E,
Oh, okay.
pure.
Pure research.
Laird and Kim disagree on whether pure research, I don't even know how to say that word, derives, why don't you just read it?
Derives its significance in part from its providing new technology. B, expands the boundaries of our knowledge of medicine. C, should have a saving of human lives as an important goal. D, has its most valuable achievements in medical application. E, has any value apart from its role in providing new technology to save lives. Okay, so what's the question? They disagree on all those things.
The question is, you have to tell me which one is correct.
That's stupid.
If there is one that's correct.
There's not a one that's correct.
You think none of them are correct?
None of that's there. What is the question? They have like 5 different questions, right? Question A, right? Does pure research?
If you were saying none of them are correct, you're actually correct.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, then you're right. Because the laws of logic, I guess, go that way. This is
It
what it
didn't
says.
fucking make sense.
This is what it says. It says, explanation for question 1. This question asks you to identify the point on which Lard and Kim disagree with respect to pure research. Lard identifies 2 contributors of pure research and its role in expanding knowledge and providing ideas. Of these, Lard considers the second contribution to be more worthwhile than Kim. On the other hand, maintains a saving lives is what counts most of all. And then it breaks down into why
Okay,
it's
this is too confusing. You have to get a very simple question.
something
Something simple for the viewer.
simple,
It's too difficult.
logical, simple.
Like I have to sit down and listen to the fucking. It's too much.
Okay. Logic riddles? That's a thing?
Yeah, do a logical riddle.
That's a thing?
Sure.
Okay. Select a difficulty to start. You want 4 to 5-year-old, 6 to 7-year-old, 7 to
don't
8-year-old,
care.
9 to 12-year-old? Let's do 16 plus. 16 plus sounds fine.
Logical riddle.
A brother and a sister were born in summer and winter.
Brother and sister were born in summer and winter.
The
Okay.
sister was not born in winter.
Okay, so she was born in summer.
Who was born in summer?
The sister was not. Okay, read it one more time.
A brother and a sister were born in summer and in winter.
A brother and a sister were born in summer and winter.
Mhm.
Okay.
The sister was not born in winter.
The sister was not born in winter.
Who was born in summer?
The sister was not born in winter. Would the sister be born in summer then?
I'm asking you. What's your final answer?
Well, I'm trying to think if it's a trick question. The sister and brother were not. The sister and brother were born in summer and winter.
Mhm.
A sister and brother?
A brother and a sister were born in summer and winter.
Okay.
The sister was not born in winter. Who was born in summer?
The sister.
Correctamundo!
Okay. Yeah, that's stupid.
All right. Alex is Charlie's father.
Alex is Charlie's father.
Who of them was born later?
Alex is Charlie's father.
Mhm.
Alex is Charlie's father.
Who of them was born later?
Charlie. Charlie was born later because he's Alex's son.
Can I tell you something?
Huh.
This is logic for kids.
Yeah. 16 plus.
No, it wasn't even 16. I think it's like 5 and plus or
Yeah,
something.
it's simple. This
Kids-
is simple.
children.
This is dumb
This
stuff.
is yes, exactly. This is children logic. Okay. Okay, producer's gone. You got two out of 1, 2, 3,
Just give me one more. Then we'll move on.
3, 4. You have a 4 out of 4.
Logic can be boring stuff, but
No, never.
go ahead, give me one more.
I make 2 people out of 1. What am I?
I make 2 people. I make 2 people.
Out of 1. What am I?
I make 2 people. Well, obviously you're a person, because you make people out of 1 person. I make 2 people out of 1. Your mother? No. I make 2 people out of 1.
That was a good.
Out of 1 person.
A good guess,
I
though.
make 2 people out of 1 person.
Not physically. Well,
I make the question was people. See, this is stupid too.
I make 2 people out of 1. What am I?
Your mother. I make 2.
Oh, okay. Well,
I can
not
make 2
not
people
not.
from me.
Yeah,
babies.
no. That's why I was like, that makes sense. But
Just
It's not
my brain
physical.
is on higher
I
planes.
mean, it is true. Do you want me to tell you?
What?
A mirror.
I make 2 people out of 1.
Yeah,
That's not true.
that's what it says. I make
Well,
2 people out of 1. What am I? A mirror.
And here's the problem.
Whoa!
With
Whoa! Okay.
There's no 2 people. It is a
It's a
reflection.
replicate.
It's not a replication
No?
because a reflection is not a
replication.
replication.
Why not?
Replication because it would include that there was the exact same, like your atoms and their atoms, or like it would be have to say that like my reflection
Mm-hmm.
has whole separate atoms and fucking
That's not what they're saying.
cells and
though.
everything.
But that's what it would have to be for it
to
to
actually
be
be
considered.
two people. Yeah,
Mm.
if you talk about what a person isn't a reflection. So that's a stupid question.
Or what?
This is
Write an angry letter to these people.
well, yeah. I make two people out of one.
That's what it
You
says.
don't make two people. Well, bullshit.
That's what it says.
A
Gotta write an
person
angry
isn't
letter.
a reflection.
Well, visually,
Visually, it didn't say visually.
did
Fucking
not
put it in
say-
the sentence. I visually make two people out of one. Then I'm like, oh, a mirror. But when you say I make two people out of one,
okay.
you do not. That includes
I agree. I agree with
that
you.
either means a mother,
Mm-hmm.
which can have two children from herself out of one. But
I
that
get that.
wouldn't even work because it takes two people to make a baby.
Okay. What loses its head in the morning and gets it back at night?
What loses its head in the morning and gets it back at night?
Yeah.
Its head?
Yeah. This one's also stupid.
What is it, fucking beer or something? Hey, drinking beer in the morning
No.
and then you drink it. The head, like the foam.
No.
Are they talking about a physical head?
No.
Like a person's head?
No.
Gets its head in the morning. These are stupid riddles. This is not logic. This is just dumb
They're
riddles.
logic riddles.
They're dumb riddles.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Pillow.
What?
What loses its head in the morning? You get up in the morning. And what gets it back at night? A pillow.
Because you put your head on there. Just fucking dumb.
That's what it
Move,
says.
get out of here. I'm done with logic. With these stupid questions.
With riddles, especially. Oh, this one's fun, though. Okay, one last one, because it has pictures on it.
Okay.
Okay. It says, it flies, but it's not a bird. Okay?
Okay.
Choose all the answers that fit.
It flies, but it's not a bird.
You have a picture of a bee, an ostrich, a bird, and a plane.
It flies, but it's not a bird. A bee flies and a plane flies. It's not a bird. And an ostrich does not fly. Ostriches don't fly. Yeah, I don't think you can click it. Bee and plane.
So-
Plane.
Bee plane?
Yeah.
Bee plane's correct. Round of applause.
So
for producer Sean.
stupid. These are dumb. It's not logic. These are riddles.
It said logic riddles.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. What do you want from me? Well, now we know.
You know, well, here's what I want to bring up.
Yeah.
Which has bothered me for
Ooh.
nights and days.
You lost sleep over this topic?
Yes.
Oh, no.
So-
This is a problem.
And it's something we talked about recently.
Oh.
Haha. I'm not the only one that made a mess now. But why don't you explain to the class how you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Here is the setup.
And then I'm going to then this is a true discussion of logic if we want to talk about it.
Ooh, yeah.
Cuz this works very well.
This
into
works
that.
better than the
Better than the
okay.
riddles, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, do you want me to explain how I do it first?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll go first. Okay,
ahead,
cool.
go ahead.
PB&J, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to burp. Okay. So, PB&J has 2 slices of bread,
All right.
right? That's pretty normal. This
Yes.
is where it gets
Okay.
apparently crazy for this one.
Uh-huh.
So, I like to do peanut butter first
Uh-huh.
because it's the consistency just makes sense to
Yep.
me. And it's kind of like layering cement.
Okay, just
So
go
you
ahead.
layer the peanut butter
Where?
on this side and this side.
So both bread.
Yes.
Okay. And then what?
And then you take the jelly
Uh-huh.
and you scoop the jelly and you put it in and you like chop it up so then it's all even.
Uh-huh.
And then you this on both sides.
Uh-huh. Right, she made 2.
I did not. There's one sandwich.
You made 2 sandwiches.
No, I didn't.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Because when you put them together,
They become one sandwich. I understand that.
well, this is not what you're understanding. Yes, they become one sandwich, but when you're like this, the filling in there
Uh huh.
is exactly for one sandwich.
Is it?
Yes, it's like
Doesn't
less than it's like half, and then
Okay.
one. That's
so
how it is.
Typically, a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich is made with bread, peanut butter, jelly combination sandwich. So when you're doing bread, peanut butter, jelly, you have literally created two sandwiches right here
No,
that are just missing one element.
no,
Okay. If
no,
I
because it depends on the amount
let me
you
explain
put.
this to you. Let me explain this to
Let
you.
me explain it to
Let me
you.
explain.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. The amount doesn't matter. The amount doesn't matter.
Yes, it
Here,
does.
I will show you that the amount doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right? Let me show you my way versus your way.
Okay.
And the only thing that's missing from your equation of the two sandwiches is a slice of bread.
That's
So it. Let me explain.
okay.
So if we have two, this is my sandwich right here.
Okay.
Peanut butter, like bread, peanut butter. Bread, jelly, combination, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? And then you have bread, peanut butter, jelly. Bread, peanut butter, jelly. Combination, double peanut butter, jelly
No,
sandwich.
it's not double.
Listen. The only thing missing is the bread on top. Because if you were to take one of my halves, either one, so let's take the peanut butter half,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
and I was to just put a slice of
shit.
bread on top of one of my halves, it would
Oh.
not create a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Am I
Damn
right?
it.
It would create either a peanut butter sandwich or a jelly sandwich, regardless amount of peanut butter or jelly that was on the bread. Correct? Correct?
I think I lose this round.
Correct?
Okay. See,
But if I were to take
Wait,
either
wait.
one of your halves and just put bread on top, I make
even if it's like this big,
that I said, regardless of the amount, it doesn't matter. The amount
that's
doesn't
where
matter.
logic plays into it. Oh, brain blast! I just got it.
Do you understand?
No,
that
I
you're
understand
making-
now.
That you're making,
I was arguing with the fact of like
you're like the you're
I'm
saying
I'm like the peanut butter is
you're saying
minuscule at
that
this
the
point.
peanut. You're
It's
saying
like almost not
right,
even there.
You're saying that even though that the combination of peanut butter and jelly that I made, you're pretty much saying that if you were to put a piece of bread on top,
Yeah.
that it would make like that sandwich, one half of that sandwich would be like half of the ingredients of like
Like
a
a
normal
quarter
one,
of it. Yeah.
But my point is that the
Oh,
ingredient at that point doesn't matter, because if I put a drop of peanut butter and a drop of jelly on one half, and I just put peanut butter and I put bread on top of one or the other,
Yeah.
I still only get either a peanut butter sandwich or a jelly sandwich. But with your combination, no matter how we look at it, no matter the
Well,
amounts,
damn.
when I put bread on top of either one of your sandwiches, I get a sandwich fully completed. That's why I'm saying you are making two sandwiches when you make your peanut butter and jelly.
I think producer Son wins this argument.
And that is what we call logic.
Well, goddamn.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense to
It
you?
makes sense to me now.
Right?
I still don't agree with certain things, but
Right, but next time you
I
make,
get it. I get
next
it.
time
I get
you
it,
put
I
all
get it,
those
I
things
get it.
together, if I just go and put bread on top of it, I'm like, Curry, look, you make two sandwiches. And you can easily have two sandwiches.
Nobody do it.
Mine require the combination. Mine require them to be put together. Yours do not require them to be put together. Yours require just bread or bread. That's it. That's your last step is bread. My last step is the combination
Yeah,
of both.
that makes sense.
You see?
Yeah, I understand. Well,
So stop making two sandwiches all the time.
rude.
No, but I do
It's
eat.
not the
I
same.
do like
I
when
have
I.
to
Well, go ahead.
So you talk to chat.
But I do have to eat two sandwiches usually.
Well, see, that's where we're different.
Like when it
'cause
comes to like a sandwich, like
no, one sandwich is enough.
like burgers, two burgers
No.
are good. Okay, go pee.
2 burgers. Explain to chat. Absolutely not.
Now we'll take some of this time to talk about our sponsors, Real Akuma. Real Akuma is a beautiful bear He's got a nice little brown insignia on his bottom. Says Chicago, Rilakkuma, USA Tour, 37 of 100. If you have any more of these, please contact me and I will buy them from you. Because these are most valuable. You see, it's got a beautiful zipper in the back here that you could kind of massage through with your finger, and then zip up. That's one of the things about Rilakkuma, like the higher end quality ones, is that they have working zippers. If your Rilakkuma does not have a working zipper, it is probably of the lower tier Kumas. But I mean, that's also dependable, but usually that's the case when it comes to good old Kuma here. An American Kuma is pretty good. He's got a big tag, though. This is kind of like obnoxious, I would say. A little too big. But he looks good, you know? So hit me up if you got those. We will purchase them for you.
Ooh, what are
Welcome
we buying?
back.
What
Kuma.
are we buying?
What are you selling?
You tell me what you're selling. I came in.
Resident Evil. You remember? What are you buying?
Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil. Resident Evil is spooky now. It wasn't spooky back then. In my opinion. I feel like
You think
back
it's
then
spookier now?
Huh?
Spookier now?
I think it's spookier now. I think they made it much more into a like a horror game instead of it being like
with the remakes, I would agree with you.
Yeah, like they're just like incredibly scary now, whereas back then it was more kind of like a puzzle.
What?
A puzzle game.
No, they had puzzles. It wasn't a puzzle game. They were pretty scary back then when they first came out.
Well,
PlayStation 1?
I don't think
PlayStation
they were
game? No.
That's scary.
You didn't start playing them until like 2 years ago. Resident Evil games. You started with the remake. Resident Evil like 2 remake. That's where you started.
I don't remember.
Yeah. You did.
I don't remember.
But it wasn't until a couple of years ago. Like, I played them when they first came out.
I remember binge watching all the movies.
The movies are a completely different thing. The movies are just like
I'm-
action movies at that point.
I'm
The first
I'm
one
not
was
disagreeing
the
with
first
you, but
one
I
was
remember binge watching all
the
the
first one
movies.
was okay, and then they just went downhill from that. You know, for the most part.
Then they came out with that live action one that I didn't see.
They've came out with plenty.
But the most recent one where like Leon didn't even look like Leon.
Oh yeah, they did that.
did
They did
something.
that remake.
I was like, I don't.
And
know
no,
what this is.
Leon had like a goatee, and I'm like,
Ew.
hello, and he had longer hair than usual. It was like down to here where it was supposed to be like
Weird.
right there. I don't like it.
He's so iconic. Why? How do you like mess that up?
I don't know. Like, I don't understand when Hollywood looks at a character from like a source, and they're like, we're gonna recreate this. We're gonna make a movie from this source material, and they look at the character and they're like, yeah, fans don't want to see that.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, we could just completely change it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
why? Have no
Yeah.
idea. Doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
I mean, it breaks the. I like to think of like fictional characters as like VTubers, right? Like you like to think of them as their own thing, right? And if they come out with something that doesn't look like them, it breaks that relationship,
Yeah.
right?
Get
Especially-
closer to Mike.
Oh, especially like anime characters or VTubers or like reading manga or whatever. Like you've developed a relationship with this character and like what they look like.
Yeah.
And if that like completely does a 180, you're like, where did that go? Like the relationship is broken after that.
It doesn't
weird.
It doesn't make sense, and I know I have people will just argue, be like, well, they're fictional characters, they could do whatever the fuck they want.
Still developed
It's
a
like
relationship.
I understand that Hollywood can go ahead and rape the source material. Oh, sorry, no, probably shouldn't say that on the internet. Copyright
Cut
strikes,
that out.
not copyright strikes, guidance strikes, whatever they do. There's some things that, like on YouTube, apparently, like you can't, you want to stay away from like talking about because they'll like flag you for inappropriate talking things like and those were one of them, so I'll probably have bleeped that out. But Hollywood in general, I think, just doesn't care. I think they get people that hate the source, that don't care about the source material that of what they're making, and then they have people that are that think they know better than everyone else, that they know better than the fans. Like Disney does this all the time. Disney thinks like that they know. Oh
Disney's
yeah, we're
a terrible company.
yeah. Disney is shit. So like they'll go ahead and like they'll just be like, oh, we don't care about our fans. They're like, our fans are what makes Star Wars terrible. Because oh my God, our fans didn't like the show. They didn't think it was good. It's because the fans are blah blah blah. The fans are this and that. It's like it makes no sense where you make something.
Are you supposed to be creating content that your fans like? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
I mean,
Right? Like,
I think they have just this kind of like complex where they're just like, yeah, it's our stuff. We own the rights, so we could do whatever the fuck we want to it. It's like, yeah, you can, but at one point, where you going? Speaking of Disney,
speaking of Disney,
that's not even Disney.
that's my point. Speaking of Disney, there's this one movie.
Wait, is it Disney still?
It's not Disney. No. There's this one movie that came out in. That is way too small for me to read.
99?
Early 2000s. No, maybe late. I don't know. We're gonna say early 2000s. There's one movie that came out because this company was like, "Wow, Disney's being a real ass. We're gonna one up them."
Anastasia.
Good old Anastasia from Fox.
Yeah.
Fox was like, Disney's not the only company that can make animated movies. Let's show them. And they made this guy.
Well, that's the same with the DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Same shit. Everyone's trying to compete with Disney.
And then I think this was competing against,
what was coming out at the time?
I think it was Lion King or something. It was competing against some other Disney film, and this won when it came to the box office. And Anastasia, like, took the floor. And then Disney got real mad at them, like, years later. And they were like, nah, bro, you can't do that.
We're going to buy you.
So they bought them, and now it's like...
So now it's Disney.
Now, technically, it's Disney.
They bought 20th Century Fox,
Yeah.
and now it's 20th Century Studios.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
There you go. Disney, not good, but this is a good movie. Oh, Thumbelina also is not Disney.
You know, I've never seen Thumbelina.
Oh my God, it's so good. Or is the Swan Princess? Oh, that one's also good. Not Disney either.
I haven't seen that one either.
Okay, so just to recap here, Thumbelina is
20th Century Fox.
let's see. Thumbelina was what do I do? Cast? No. Directors? No.
Studio.
I'll just type in studio. Thumbelina. Studio. Wikipedia. Okay. We have production company? Don Bluth Ireland Limited.
Yeah, that's the one that animated it. Okay.
I don't
What's the
know.
distributor?
Distributed by Warner Brothers.
Okay, Warner Brothers then.
Cool. And then Swan Princess was...
I think Warner Brothers did a lot of cartoons too. They did for the most part. I mean, they did all of
Probably.
like all the DC stuff, like the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
They did that one.
Nest Entertainment. Nest Entertainment Rich Animation Studios. Distributed by
Warner Brothers.
New Line Cinema.
Oh, New Line. Okay.
And then it says
Ah.
Columbia TriStar Film Distributors.
Columbia TriStar. Okay. I don't think New Line's
1984.
around anymore. Check. Can you check that?
New Line Cinema.
New Line Cinema. I think they're not around.
Cinema.
Columbia TriStar. I don't even know if they're around anymore. might have got bought by somebody.
New Line Cinema was founded in 1967. And what's defunct mean?
Defunct. It's gone.
February 29th, 2008.
Okay, it's gone.
So
It's gone.
it is gone. But those
So
are the
sad.
two. Those are the
So
two that
sad.
look like Disney. They're not Disney.
Yeah, I mean,
Disney's not the only people that can make good anime.
I'm
films.
tired of Disney. I don't really like anything that they're putting out. I don't care about any of their stuff. Like
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con was like over the weekend recently.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and like Marvel announced a bunch of shit.
Oh, really?
You know, they
oh
got
my God! Was that the one where with the
Robert Downey
Iron Man
Jr.
dude?
Robert Downey
yeah.
Jr.
What was that about?
He's gonna play Doctor Doom, like a villain in the new Avengers movies.
Who was Doctor Doom before?
They didn't have a Doctor
Oh,
Doom
they
before.
didn't? Oh.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
so he's gonna play the villain. Blah blah blah. I'm like,
Weird.
okay, whatever, great,
Hmm.
cool.
Hmm.
These movies suck anyway. Who cares? I mean, they're not great. They're just fanboy stuff. They're things so people can just be like, oh my god.
Don't do that! Oh my God! Bleep that out.
It's okay. They're not. It's whatever. As Martin Scorsese says, it's not film.
Oh
not
man,
cinema.
that's a conversation.
It's not
for another-
cinema, Curry.
It's not
Iron Man is not cinema.
Oh, Iron Man was such a good film, though. Anyway, tis time, my guy.
It's just time
Tis time.
to say goodbye to our friends.
Wah, wah, wah. Could you imagine if the tears like?
You know what my problem is? Okay, so what we're gonna try to do? We want to do this. Well, let me just explain the furtherness of the furthering explanation.
Okay.
I mean, we want to do this. We're gonna set it up so it could be live. So that could be. So we'll stream this live. We're gonna get a third camera in there. But what's annoying, like I have to figure out how to do all that, and because these files, like, it was like 200 gigs, like
Nope.
for when I recorded everything, because it's
Nope.
recorded in 4K for two cameras.
But you don't have to do that. You chose that life.
Right, and then the uploads are like 30 gigs.
You chose that life.
Right, because I want the highest quality, and I appreciate that. But when we do the third camera and we do the live thing, then it's probably going to be recorded into 1080.
Oh wow, 1080 is so
God, it
bad.
breaks my heart. It hurts my soul. 1080p.
It's so bad. God forbid 1080 comes out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have that there. We're gonna set that up,
man.
and then I gonna have a new. Gonna have a whole. I'm gonna try. Well, if I have a nice stable station over here, but I'll have the little switcher here. So then live, I could switch camera angles, up, because I'll have to do it live, and then I'll have to probably edit. Like either
Yeah.
what the thing that I'm gonna get is gonna be able to do the cuts live, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it'll also be able. It's also recording everything, so I could either take that export and just like upload it to YouTube, or wherever, right? Or I'll have to go back and edit it myself, because right now I have to go and edit everything like multicam edit. I gotta be like, look.
We gotta do that anyway for like social media. But
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
gotta get the
it's whatever. You know, maybe I just find some Fiverr dude to do everything.
hey,
I don't like it though.
it's an option.
I don't like it.
It's an option.
But yeah, it'll be you know, that the goal is to get them streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So then when we do live, so then I'll get you a little table that's not broken.
I
little
don't think
section,
You guys
so then-
can see this section. I'm not sure.
So then ideally I could have you'll have all that connected to the computer, and I'll have my set here connected to that computer, and then you'll be able to also we'll be able to like maybe I'll set it up so we could put stuff on the TV
That's what
that
I'm
we
saying,
could
right here.
that we could like react to
Yeah.
like
yeah.
things and watch things together, and then it could all whatever.
Work
I'm
in
gonna fucking
progress.
figure all that stuff out. Technology, make it hard, make it difficult,
Yep.
make it smooth, like my poops.
That was a whole thing in one. That was life's journey in one sentence.
Yeah,
Make it hard, make it smooth.
make it hard, make it smooth. Game of life.
Amazing. I love it. Cool.
Well,
Uh,
say bye, producer
Oh,
son.
how do you want to close it off?
Say bye,
what's
producer son.
right? We have to figure out a closing. So
Say
we'll
bye, producer son, and then you say bye.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Is that's how you're gonna do it? Okay, well, let's try again. Hold on. What's up? Okay, let me prep myself. Hold on. There's nothing in there. Fuck. Okay.
Where's some water?
Okay, go ahead.
Well then, say bye, producer son.
Sorry. Fuck. I try
Oh,
it
that's
again. Try it
funny. I
again.
like
Try
that.
it again.
That's cool.
Go ahead.
Well then, say bye, producer son.
Goodbye.
Oh my god.